A very, very good morning to everyone who will be out there watching us talking today. And this is Dr. Dharna Gupta, Principal at Crescent High School and Junior College, Pune. And I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to Ms. Sarah. She's representing Shoreline Community College, with which we have an exclusive tie-up, an MOU signed up, and we're the first school ever in India to do that, bringing across a concept of community colleges to our country for the first time. And just the way India is known for its education, so is America. So we welcome you, Sarah, and we are so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
This opportunity is basically to understand the educational requirements that people have these days. And today's generation, the Gen Z, is self-evolved. They know what they want. So do you want to address what exactly is catching the fancy of children these days?
Sure, yeah. I think one of the most important things is for the students, firstly, to know themselves, right? They have to figure out, what do they love? What are their passions? What subjects do they enjoy? What are their extracurriculars? I think there really is no one right path, one wrong path. The students have to figure out what the best pathway is for themselves. And so I think there is a lot of there's a lot of beauty in the diverseness of what students are interested in, and nowadays what subjects they love and the futures that they're creating for themselves.
And just the way you mentioned, so taking it a little forward from the point where you left, children are making unconventional career choices. For example, nowadays it's not just limited up to being a doctor or an engineer or looking at civil services. We are exploring more avenues in terms of a career choice. So how about giving out an option to children to choose from, say, music, theatre, performing arts, and what more options does Shoreline have for our children? Because the approach is to seek a career-oriented choice, something that gets them a job.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. As mentioned, definitely we're going to have programs like your music, your art. We have animation, right? If you're an art student and you've always envisioned creating, India's next cartoon or India's next video game, we have a game art and design program as well too. Just as much as we'll have your business studies. So if anyone wants to be an entrepreneur, if you want to start your own business, right? A lot of people are really interested in that nowadays, to have the freedom of their time and the freedom of their finances to create their own business. So a lot of students are trending that way as well too, but there's everything from accounting, international supply chain, right? As the world is getting much more connected, even though it's so big, supply chain is a really great field to think about. One of my favorite ones to tell students about is something called actuarial science.
Wow.
And a lot of students haven't heard of this necessarily before. But if you're someone that loves math and you love statistics, it is one of the most highly sought after fields nowadays, because people are developing. Businesses are doing a lot of developments. There's a lot that has to do with economics. There's a lot that has to do with finance. And so these actuarial scientists, or we call them actuaries, so the same way someone would become a doctor, a lawyer, you would be an actuary. You're calculating risk.
Absolutely.
So as I pay insurance every month, you're the person determining how much I need to pay. When businesses are thinking about taking risks and developing certain areas or properties, they have to figure out what is the risk factor. And so the actuaries are the people that are determining all of these things. So a lot of people tell me, oh, I love math, but what are career fields that I can go into? And actuarial science is one of the best programs available. But at Shoreline College, we'll definitely have everything, like I said, from your arts, your sciences. Of course, we'll have your engineering, your biological studies. A lot more is now focused on healthcare as well, too. So people might like public health, if you like giving back to your communities and using health in a really positive and informative way.
Very nice. And that's quite interesting, given the fact that nowadays education is all about affordability. And when we talk about heavy duty courses, the parents here in our local diaspora really are looking at an affordable education. So how Shoreline Community College will come across onto this pedestal and get what we are looking at, because Crescent High School and Junior College is known to bridge these gaps. So we are wanting our children to gain the maximum leverage out of this collaboration. So could you throw some more light onto it in terms of affordability in education?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it spans all different sectors. People want to be smart with their money, right? And knowing what is the ROI and what am I putting my money into and what am I getting out of it, right? And so when people traditionally think of a US education, they think of it being very, very expensive, unobtainably expensive. And that's one of the many reasons why I really enjoy working at Shoreline and for Shoreline, is because we're able to offer an amazing academic opportunity at a really affordable price. And we say we're there to serve the community, which means we're there to serve everyone. And so with that comes access, and that comes affordability. And so students are able to save anywhere 50 to 100,000 US dollars per year by studying at Shoreline Community College. And so families can save a lot of money in the first 2 years, and then they can earn exclusive scholarships, and they can look at other university options in the second 2 years. So in the US, our bachelor degree is going to be a total of 4 years, and the first 2 years you can do on our campus, saving that $50,000 to $100,000 per year. One of the other really important factors is their ability to work also while they're a student, right? So currently on the US student visa, students are able to work up to 20 hours per week, part-time on campus, legally as part of their student visa. And so students will be able to earn a little bit while they're studying. And then lastly, one of the major benefits of choosing a community college is in between the 2+2, students are actually able to get 1 extra year of working full-time off campus in the US related to their program. So not only are they able to earn money, right, while they're studying, but they also have the opportunity to build their profile, to build their network, to be able to hopefully transition that into their bachelor, the rest of their bachelor's program.
Wow, that sounds like a package that I would like to go for. And having come into the package, the next question is very obvious, that I may be able to pay for my education at Shoreline. What about my living expenses?
Sure, yes.
How do I take care of the rentals, the accommodations, the transportation? Because that's the obvious question that a common Indian would like to ask.
Sure. Well, one of the great things currently in Seattle area, the Seattle City Center, is the fact that students can actually get free public transportation if they're 19 and under. So until their 19th birthday, they can actually get the free trains, the free ferries, the boats to go visit the islands, and then also the free city buses. So
Wonderful.
The students are able to have really nice access of public transportation, which is free most of the times while they're in their first year, maybe the 2 years of their studies. So students really enjoyed that aspect of being able to get around, but also being able to have it be financially stable.
So that sounds like a plan. I think I can always grab the idea and be in Shoreline Community College to study.
I love
So having
that.
said that,
Yeah.
Sarah, one last question that I would like to pose
Please,
is
yeah.
the potential post getting a degree from community colleges. What is the world beyond the community college, and what are the real-time job opportunities that children will actually land into? Say, for example, you mentioned unconventional choices in subjects. So there are many children who may not go for the traditional route.
Sure.
But what are the job opportunities for the lesser known routes?
Sure, yeah. So we have what we call professional technical programs, which will be 2 years in nature. So students can study for 2 years and then plan to work. And then we also have the 2+2 program, where students who want to complete their bachelor degree, they'll do the first 2 years with us and then transition into the bachelor's program. So something like animation, right? If you're really creative and you like sound and you like music and you like the technical things behind it, right? Or let's say if you like music technology, Maybe you've always been interested in music, but want to use it if you think of like weddings, if you think of sports performances, if you think of the Olympics, all those people have music technicians, right? And so those are different opportunities where you can come study for 2 years and then plan to work right away. So as we're looking at job opportunities, it's a 2 years and then you're able to launch right into the workforce. If you're planning to do the 2+2 and you want to get your bachelor's degree, like I said, students can study with us for 2 years and then they get to work 1 year full-time off campus where they're able to get those practical experiences. So a lot of our students will be doing internships or there'll be full-time work within a lot of the software IT companies headquartered in Seattle. We also have a lot of world-renowned businesses as well too. So if you think of some of the famous companies such as Starbucks, Microsoft, Amazon, guess what? They need marketing people, they need communications people, they need accountants, they need finance people. It's not just they need computers, right? They need people that can do computer science. Businesses are multifaceted. And if you look around right, if you look around left, everything that you see is a business in some sort, right? And so with that, it's somebody's dream. It's someone's ability that they had this thought, they had this idea, and they turned it into a business. And businesses, if you're an entrepreneur, you know it. You're designing a website, you're doing your accounting books, you're out there with your social media, doing your best, you're doing sales, you're doing marketing, you're doing every facet of the business. And so every business has these multifaceted things. And I tell students, no matter what subject you study, humanity is at the epicenter of that subject. So no matter what subject you're going to study, in some way, shape, or form, it relates to humanity, right? And so I always tell the students to circle back and think, how is my career choice, how is my subject impacting humanity for the better? Right? And so when you're thinking about the world of today and the world of tomorrow as it continues to develop and AI comes in and you have robots and all of these different things, and we're thinking about what are ethics, right? And what are the standards and what is quality and what is access, right?
Sure.
Students are taking these fields and these subjects and looking at it through the lenses of humanity.
Wonderful. So that's a very thought-provoking statement that you've made here, Sarah. Now coming down to one thing, that is, once I have done my courses and I am looking at a placement opportunity, so is Shoreline promising something to the valuable, candidates and the children who have really earned, good grades? So is there some sort of mechanism for the placements for children?
Yeah, definitely. So we have a career center on campus. So we're able to help students submit their applications for whether it be the internships or the 1 year of work opportunities. Some students choose in between this 2+2 not to work. They want to go directly into their program, finish their bachelor's, and then plan to work. So it really depends on the student, what their needs are, what their financials are, where they want to go, what are their dreams and goals. But definitely we at Shoreline, we have a lot of help, a lot of support for students that are looking for those post-study work opportunities to help them along the right path.
Wow. So Sarah, a little digress from the usual. That is, how was your experience at Crescent High School and Junior College?
Oh, I loved it. You all are very, very fortunate. You have such an amazing management team, amazing leadership, who truly are putting in the time, effort, and energy to make sure you have amazing opportunities, worldly opportunities. The world is brought to you and you're brought to the world. And that's one of the most beautiful things that I can see really resonating, is just the opportunities you're providing for your students, seeking out the different partnerships and different things within their classes, inviting parents. It truly feels like a community to me, which I absolutely love. The students were brilliant, asking great questions, very involved, raising their hand. Yes, this is my dream, this is my goal. And it's really great to see that. And, as a person to person in humanity, right, as we think about it, I just feel very grateful for the opportunity to be here with you all at Crescent High School in Pune. And hopefully I'm excited to get back as soon as possible.
Wonderful. We are looking forward to next visit from Sarah, as well as more children, faculty from Shoreline Community College. And we are looking forward to an exchange program shortly with you. So on that note, we wish you all the best. May many more admissions come to Shoreline, and may many more opportunities of growth come to Crescent.
Perfect.
So
Thank you so much.